You all right, mate? Hi, I'm Luke, this is Ducky, and these are the 5 best geckos for beginners. Geckos are perhaps my most favourite reptile, and the reason being is they come in all shapes and sizes, and a lot of them are great for beginners. Number 5, Bauer's Chameleon Gecko. We all know, you've seen plenty of my videos, I own Bauer's Chameleon Geckos, and they're one of the most underrated gecko out there. And why they're number 5 on the list? Well, easy care requirements, similar to crested geckos, and that is perfect for beginners. The only reason they're not further up on this list is due to their size, because if you're not used to handling geckos, you might have a tendency to grab them, and you can hurt them really easily. Another thing about chameleon geckos is they also can emit a musk from their tail, and let's be honest, if that happens, it is very rare, it stinks. So number 4 on this list, Chinese cave geckos. So Chinese cave geckos can tolerate handling pretty well. Temperature wise, you want to keep them about 75 degrees Fahrenheit, which is very easy to maintain. They eat insects like a lot of the other geckos, so they're really easy to feed. They look awesome compared to a lot of the other geckos. They're darker in coloration and they've got these piercing red eyes. And these are possibly the next big thing in the gecko keeping world. I have a spare tank upstairs, coming soon. I've got a series of the animals that I'm looking to get ready for the summer. Check back over the next couple of weeks, you'll see more and more videos, and not always gecko related. Number 3 on this list, and a relative of my friend Ducky here, the African fat-tailed gecko. It's always a dream of mine to eventually own an African fat-tailed gecko called Oreo. Really docile, really easy to handle. With being extremely docile comes a little bit of shyness, so that's why they're not a bit further higher up on this list. African fat-tailed geckos do come in a range of morphs. You can get different colorations, and they do come at different price points. They're really easy to care for, and size-wise, they don't get too big, and also they're not too small, so they tolerate handling really well. Number 2, crested geckos. And funny enough with crested geckos, they were thought to be extinct until 1994, and considering I was born in 1989, that makes me feel really damn old. So why are crested geckos so high on this list? Well, not only are they relatively easy to care for, they come in a range of different morphs. Care-wise, relatively easy. Feeding-wise, really easy. Bit different to some geckos like Ducky, as well as insects, they will have some crested gecko diet, such as Pangea. I'll put a link up below just so you can see my review on the Pangea. In regards to handling, relatively easy to handle. Just watch out for the jumps, it can really catch you out. Finally, number 1 on this list, yep, you're the winner, pal. Leopard geckos. Not only are leopard geckos the best beginner gecko, they're also one of the best beginner reptiles, period. And they're great for families. As long as you got their setup done absolutely spot on correct, they don't require as much maintenance as some other geckos. If you're quite lucky like me with Ducky, they can be very voracious eaters, so it's quite fun to watch them chase food around the tank. Since leopard geckos are so easy to get within the reptile world, there's a range of different morphs and different colorations, so you can absolutely go wild. Ducky here, he's a normal type, it's what we call a wild type leopard gecko, but you can get anything from albino leopard geckos, completely all black leopard geckos, or even ones that are completely orange. Price wise, leopard geckos are relatively cheap. As you can see throughout this video, tolerate handling really well. They do have the ability to drop their tail, however, just be careful. So these are the top 5 beginner geckos. If anything you think that I've missed out on this list, drop it in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe, and me and Ducky will see you another time. Damage, you can break a leg. Chinese cave geckos can